Good afternoon. My name is Cameron. I'm going to start trying to do these vlogs. My daughter says I ought to get on it. I'm going to start with this. I play 40 and over softball. SSUSA, GSL USA, GSA, GSA USA, down South Texas. Their website's softballtexasstyle.com. We play USSSA as well. We haven't tried ISA or SBA or any of that stuff yet. I play for a team called Frank's Homeworks. They're a 40 majors in USSSA, and as of right now, 40 major plus in SSUSA. I don't know how long that'll last, but that's where we're ranked right now. Last year I played for a team called Austin Classics. They started off as a major team last year, and after SSUSA Worlds got bumped down to a AAA team. Rightfully so. Oh, excuse me. Great group of guys. Just like the long ball hitter and consistency in hitting to play majors or major plus. We held on here in Texas, had some good runs in tournaments, but once we got to SSUSA in Vegas, it was a whole new ball game. My wishes and hopes is that USSSA really takes off in the senior softball circuit here in Texas. That's pretty much all we play is USSSA. I've been playing it for roughly 29 years. I had about 8 to 10 year break. Now I started playing leagues again. Probably a good 10-year break in tournaments. Last year was my first tournament back in a long time to play a complete tournament circuit, and predominantly played seniors. My concern with USSSA, and we ran across this last year and it's already starting out this year, is there's no consistency in the rules. Tournament directors do what they want, make up the rules as they go, basically as they go in the tournaments. One field you'll have a courtesy runner, anybody in the roster, which is the GSL USSSA rule, and then next game you can only have guys that are subbing in there because the tournament director, but the umpire in chief doesn't want to deal with the whole roster being able to run. Now we got Jeff Hall, legend softball player in USSSA, has officially entered the senior leagues at 15 over. He seems to be taking the ball and running with it, and hopefully he'll get this thing on board. My feeling is USSSA is getting ready to blow up here in Texas. You see more and more teams trying to get involved in it. The more it gets out there that the seniors are playing, the more they show up to tournaments. The only problem is here in North Texas, the only time we have a 40 and over tournament is when the Hutch from down south comes up with his Lone Star tournaments and hosts a 40 and over tournament. I'd like to see softball world get involved in some 40 and overs. I think it'd benefit them. Yes, the games are a little bit longer because you have your open inning, but with that said, I do think that if they start running tournaments here, it would blow up. I mean, softball world is not the only one. You can have it in Irving, Garland, Richardson, just basically anywhere U-Trip's played around here. The problem is, like I said, one tournament you can pump fake, one tournament you can't. USSSA is known for pump faking. But if they want to take that out of the game and make it more like everybody else, that's fine. I don't have a problem with it. The arch is different in seniors than it is in regular ball, which is fine. But what I'd like to see them do is try to get more in line with what SSUSA does. SSUSA is basically the senior circuit of the old ASA. So if they can get on more of a page with them, I think this place will blow up. I think USSSA could rival SSUSA. Maybe they'll drop the prices of some of their world tournaments, considering you're paying almost $800 for a tournament. And then of course you're flying out to Vegas, you're having hotel rooms and stuff like that, just like you would with U-Trip if they ever blew up. 40 and overs last year, the only world tournament that I actually made was here in Mansfield. We had 12 or 13 teams in it, I think. So this past tournament we played, we had 16. Now we had two 15 over teams, but we had 16 teams, and some of the big teams from down south was missing. They wasn't in it. So we know we have more. We know more would show up. We even had some teams come in from out of state that a couple of them did really well. U-Trip needs to get on the ball. We won 40 and over Worlds last year, and we got a $15 tournament champion ring for it, which has a lot of the guys infuriated. USSSA knows about this. They let the director of the tournament decide what they wanted to give. He decided that he wasn't going to give us the World Championship rings. His excuse was USSSA did not provide them a path to get those rings, and if we wanted to pay for them, he'd be more than happy to help us get them at a discounted price. Don't know how that ever went, fell through, whatever. I've talked to Andy Purcell with USSSA, told me to email him the information, and they would get back with me by email, and obviously he never did. Seems to be the ongoing thing when it comes to the senior ball is nobody responds. I've talked to, I had Jeff Hall respond once, but it wasn't really about this, it was about the rings. He said that they're good down there, buddy, and obviously he may be good where he's at, but that's not a World Tournament ring. If they can get on the ball, they get their stuff together, get USSSA Seniors rolling. Like I said, 50s and up would blow up. I do believe the 40s and over is ready to explode as it gets out there. I would love to see USSSA Seniors take off. They have the net rule, which they're the only ones that use a net, but I don't have a problem with it. It makes people control where they're hitting. It saves the pitchers as we get older. If you don't have the net, our guys do wear, our pitcher does wear masks, shin guards. Wouldn't be surprised if we have chest protector on here soon. Just because the ball gets back to you so fast with these bats. It's a smart idea. I don't mind the net. See a lot of foul balls and outs come off that net because the guys try to go middle. Can't do that with the nets on there. I do like that aspect of it. Jeff Paul has brought in what they call the MHH, Masinko home run hitter. Means it doesn't count against your total. I like that aspect of it. That's a GSL rule with the DHHs. So I think Jeff Paul is starting to make steps into the senior circuit that would actually help us out. Down here in North Texas, I'd like to see more 40 and over teams. I'd like to see more 40 and over tournaments. Like I said, softball world, whoever. I like to see the rules get consistent. So when we walk out to one, we know what we have. I think they need to add a check-in rule. So when we check in, we have to show our IDs, whether it's the SSUSA for, senior player cards or your driver's license. We did have a team that had some guys under 40 playing against us. We knew it at the time because we knew the guys. We were going to go ahead and play them. They started complaining about the pinch runner rule, which it should have been everybody on the roster, but the tournament had decided that it was only going to be players in the lineup, which nobody out here does that. It's not even that way in GSL USA. When they're having their guys, anybody can run at any time, as long as they're on the roster. So they complained. So our sponsor dropped $100, won the protest. They let those guys continue playing with everybody that could prove they were 40 and over, which I don't understand that. You get caught cheating, you kick the guys under 40 out, but you can still play. They fought their way back to the championship. Think about all those teams that were pissed when they found out. We had a team from Kansas that was hot that they got caught cheating. Personally, I think they should have been kicked out of the tournament. Coach suspended and the players suspended. But my guess is nobody's going to get suspended. I don't know if the guys were conference players or not, but either way, I don't think anybody will get suspended. And personally, I do think that team should have been ejected from the tournament. Consistency, people. Consistency. You know, you cheat, you need to be punished for it. Just no slap on the wrist and say go on about your business. But I'm not a director of any tournaments or any leagues or any circuits or anything like that. And that's where I plead and beg USSSA to step up and get involved, get more involved. I know that Chris Walker, I believe was his name, stepped away from the senior circuit. Get as a director. Man, if it's Jeff Hall, let him do it. He seems to be wanting to step up and to get it going, and he's got his Jeff Hall circuit down there where he's from. But let's get somebody down here that's a big name and get them involved, if that's what it takes. If not, get the directors involved. Tell the directors, hey, we need to start providing these tournaments. Not just one team, not just one director. You know, we got to wait. Now, we go down south to play the GSA, USA all the time. Once a month, we're traveling down south to play because that's where the tournaments are. I think they have one up here. SSUSA has one or two up here a year. U-Trip, it's ready to explode. Get involved. Guys, thank you for listening. I do enjoy playing the SSUSA. I do enjoy going to Vegas. We played world leagues here. I play in they graciously let some of us 40s play because there's no league for 40s and over. Play in the 50 and over league. We have to swing regular bats. Don't get to use our senior bats. I'm fine with that. You know, maybe somebody needs to provide a league out here, and I almost guarantee you, if it's advertised, teams will explode into it. Man, 40 and over leagues will be everywhere. You will eventually get a 40 and over league going. We can have a good time. Let the senior guys or the older guys play, enjoy the game the way we used to play it, without the fighting, the griping, the complaining. It's just an all-around good time. But U-Trip, please get involved. Get consistent with your rules. Make sure every park runs the tournaments exactly the same. If you haven't won in California and you haven't won here, those guys are going by the same rules, so we know. I don't know how many guys will travel to Florida for a 40 and over tournament that has 10 teams in it. Like I said, we played up here. You got 4 world tournaments scheduled last year. 1 made in Dallas-Fort Worth. My suggestion to you is keep it in Dallas-Fort Worth until it gets big enough that we have to move it to Florida. I would love to play in the new stadium, the new complex down there. But 10 teams ain't worth the travel. SSUSA, we went last year, had 65 teams or 66 teams in the 40 and over. Majors. Had like 17, 18 in the major plus, and I don't know how many they had in the AAA. It wasn't near as many as the majors. Make sure these teams are getting certified right. We had a team we played last year in Worlds, the World Championship game, and majors, classified as a AAA team this year. Hence the ones that got caught too. Make sure these teams are getting classified right. If they're a major team or major plus team, make them a majors or a major plus team. Make them sign that major plus roster. We got to give points. Hey, it's part of the game. We give points in SSUSA. We give points in GSA if we have to. When we play the AA teams, they actually give you the option: take the home runs or take the 5 points. AAA can only hit 3 home runs, to where majors can hit 6 or 7. You give them that option. You want the 5 runs, you want the home runs. I disagree with that. I think you ought to get the 5 runs and the home runs, because strictly, if you give them 5 runs in a game, and they can only hit 3 home runs, and we're over here with majors being able to hit 6, or major plus being able to hit 6, we hit 3 more 2-run home runs than they hit. That 5-run deficit you gave is gone. It makes no sense to me, but that's what they're doing down there in GSA. But guys, 40 and over, it's a great way to go. It's fun. It's a blast. All you guys 40 and over that play USSSA that see this video, or 40 and over that play USSSA regular softball, start putting teams together. Get the 40 and over circuit going. Let this thing explode. We've blown up in SSUSA. They've blown up in ISA, SPA. Let's make USSSA bigger than all those guys. Make SSUSA come down here for more tournaments. Make their tournament director run the tournaments better. Make them give us better prizes. Guys, we get everybody involved. We get USSSA involved. SSA's gonna have to do something to make their tournaments equal to U-Trips. So, U-Trip, I'm begging you, get involved. Please make these senior circuits explode. Make the 40s, 50s, and 60s just get huge. Just like your regular divisions, man. Y'all got, what, 200 and something teams in E playing Worlds? How many of those guys are 40 and over trying to keep playing ball? Move them over. Say, hey, guys, we got a 40 and over division. Let's go. Let's get rolling. Let's have a good time. Thank you. Y'all have a good day.